Welcome to episode 15 of our free training. Trust me, a bite of these coconut cookies is mind-blowing. As usual, the recipe is going to be at the comment section, so do well to check it out. What I'm beating now is egg, vegetable oil, and sugar. Cream it until the sugar dissolves. We are not making use of butter in this recipe, it's just vegetable oil. As you can see from the video, this is what we're looking for. So next is to add in your flavor, whatever flavor you prefer. But since we are making coconut cookies, I prefer coconut flavor. If you can get coconut flavor, better. Otherwise, the flavor I will recommend is vanilla. Next is to add in our dry ingredients, which is flour, salt, baking powder. All these recipes I'm showing you is something you can make to sell. You see this particular recipe, there was a time I was making these cookies and was supplying. Not just this type of cookies, I used to make several types of cookies. Now let me tell you, with this mixture, I'm just showing you with my hands, just for you to know that it's not everything you depend on machines. You can start from your hands. When I want to make this for commercial purposes, I use food processor. So you mix properly with your wet and dry ingredients to form this dough you're seeing. This glowing dough you're seeing. After I added my dry ingredients, which is the flour, the salt, and baking powder, I introduced the coconut powder. Now, this coconut powder I use is not the flaky type, but it's the powder coconut. Feel free to use the coconut flake if you prefer that one. When it comes to cookies, we don't need. You saw me, I didn't need this dough. You just fold it in to form a dough. That's all. Just mold it the way you see me do. Next is to put it in a nylon, either Ziploc or cling film. Anyone, then put in the freezer for 45 minutes. After 45 minutes, you bring it out and start to cut. So at this point, it's already frozen. You can skip this part if you don't have a freezer. You can just allow it to rest for 20 minutes, then go ahead to cut. I've been sharing parts of my stories while I was still doing supply job. Yes, I used to bake from my home to supply stores, supermarkets. I used to supply malls inside airports. When I used to supply mobile and airports with street supermarkets and stores, there's a way I used to package these things that you yourself will think I'm coming from a very big company. From one room, I already registered my business. I made sure I obey every legal laws, even though I was just doing it from my room, one room. We stayed in 3-bed then, so I converted one of the room to be my baking room. I was mobile though, so I would load my car with different types of snacks, pastries, drive by myself to supply one store to the other. So back to the video, here is your delicious coconut cookies. If you're wondering what I spread on top, is still the coconut powder I spread on top. I did that before putting it inside the oven to bake. This could be a business idea for someone. Don't stay idle. Just pick up one recipe and start from where you are. You don't need to wait for equipment. You don't need to wait for things. Just start from where you are. As you can see how we started these cookies and how it ended. You don't need to have heaven on earth to start. Alright, see you in another video. Bye.